But what if I told you that finding a Bitcoin peak is useless because its price would be rising forever? It means hitting Bitcoin may pose a threat to the whole stock market, Teslas and MicroStrategies. If that's true, there will be a few downsides for each of us. First, reduced volatility. Welcome to the Coin Post. Today we're having a prediction, reasoning, and conspiracy theory at once. There are various Bitcoin price predictions, but they agree the price increase is cyclical. After each halving, the price hits a new high, followed by a prolonged bear market. The last one lasted almost all of 2018, and the price of Bitcoin dropped by 80%. At the moment, the price is rising and everyone's wondering when it will end in order to leave the market at the highest possible price. But no one knows when the moment will come. Maybe this summer, December, or even next year, 2022. Besides, there are a lot of people in the cryptocurrency market who are convinced that the price reached its peak and we're just slowly moving to the bear market. But what if I told you that finding a Bitcoin peak is useless because its price would be rising forever? And this is not a joke about the Simpson prediction, although, as you know, they are rarely wrong. Check if you hit the like button, and I'll give you some reasons why Bitcoin doesn't have to fall anymore. Let's get started. I want to put the 2020 crisis first, when the stock market collapsed, terrified of the COVID-19, and dragged along other markets with it, including cryptocurrency. There was a rapid decline that, against all the laws of logic, was followed by a similarly record-breaking recovery in stock prices. Bitcoin also surged very fast, as it took 9 weeks to buy back and return the prices to the pre-crisis levels. A real miracle happened because only now the economy is beginning to return to some adequate rates. And because of the new strains of the COVID-19, we don't know if the vaccine will help and how long the lockdowns will last. But in 2008, during the previous crisis, the Fed found the perfect solution. They started printing dollars. In 2020, they used the same tool again, only the speed of printing dollars increased several times, and we got the shortest crisis in history if looking at the S&P 500 chart. Everybody's wondering right now, what if the interest rates go up and they stop printing the dollars? The Fed is already getting at it because of the rising inflation. But it doesn't necessarily mean that they will raise it to 5% and markets will immediately crash. The rate could be raised very carefully, only to bring inflation under control. They cut it again to support the economy, and so they can play with it many times. Japan has been living like this for 30 years, and they're doing just fine. Now is the reporting season. There were rumors that Facebook had bought Bitcoin, but it didn't. Even before, there was a talk of Walmart going this way, but we still have to wait for their report, and there's no guarantee either. Tesla sold some of its cryptocurrency, but vowed to accumulate it. The guys needed badly to close the months in the green again, with record profits, but the investors figured out their plan and had a little stock sale. Every day a lot of new companies join the list of those who invest into Bitcoin. Or alternatively, they start to engage in mining and blockchain. Goldman Sachs counted 19 such companies whose stocks grow faster than the S&P 500. And sooner or later, the United States regulator will have no choice but to approve Bitcoin ETF, which will instantly increase the list of those who invest in the cryptocurrency in some way. This may happen after Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, and Morgan Stanley cut to the chase and implement their promises to allow their customers to buy Bitcoin. We're witnessing all these processes to ensure that the history of 2018 doesn't repeat itself. It was only a year and a half later that it became known that the Bitcoin futures on CME were used as one big short, although there were those who warned of the danger, but nobody listened to them. Back then they could deflate the cryptocurrency bubble, and that's it. Today markets are becoming more and more interconnected. It means hitting Bitcoin may pose a threat to the whole stock market. Tesla's and MicroStrategy's stock dynamics and Coinbase too indicates the probability of such an event. And as you know well, the Fed doesn't want the S&P 500 falling, and it's willing to help it print dollars. Indeed, we could already enter a new era of cryptocurrency where Bitcoin, though not yet equal to gold as a financial asset, but it's already one and must be reckoned with. This is our shield from reckless regulation and attempts to attack the cryptocurrency price. Another productive mechanism is the cryptocurrency community, which is growing every day and is gaining strength. Whether you feel the power of the community or not, share it in the comments please, and I'll explain everything next. Since the beginning of 2021, Dogecoin, which was released as a joke, has soared by 20,000% and has a capitalization of $40 billion while making the video. It wouldn't have happened without Elon Musk, of course, who is now called the Doge father. But it wasn't Elon Musk who bought them, and it wasn't the large investors and banks. It was private traders. The story of Wall Street bets and GameStop stocks showed how many private players are in the market and what they're capable of through online trading. Today, for the stockbroker of, say, Robinhood, there is no difference in buying a share or cryptocurrency. And I don't rule out the possibility that if we learn of an attempt to crash the price of Bitcoin, we could negotiate and respond with new purchases, and maybe even the S&P 500 stock sale, to destroy the profits of large equity capital. Because after the GameStop story, it became clear that the regulator is not as powerful as it once seemed. And who's to punish? Private traders or the social network? Then you just have to turn off the power so that the internet stops working, and then trade the old-fashioned way through phone calls with brokers. I mean over the wired phone, of course, so it's definitely old-fashioned. Well, now you know that Bitcoin has a chance of an endless growth, which means you have to subscribe to my channel so as not to miss any important info about crypto. And let's sum it up. I do believe that changes in the world economy, as well as the rising Bitcoin acceptance and cryptocurrency communities, could all lead to the Bitcoin cycle being no longer relevant, and it will be destined to keep rising higher and higher like the S&P 500. If that's true, there will be a few downsides for each of us. First, reduced volatility, and as a consequence it's gonna take not 6 months or 1 year, but 2, 3 or more years for the price to moon, as it will be slowly going up without any parabolic movements. Though it's highly unlikely to happen in the next 6 months, because some breaking news, like the one about Facebook finally buying Bitcoin, will make the price skyrocket again. Second, if Bitcoin becomes a full-fledged financial asset, regulators will not ban it, but it will bring rules for the stock market. It won't be totally banned, but it's probably time to get used to verification and tax reporting. Help our community get even bigger. Share this video on social media and in the messengers. That's all I have. Thanks for watching. It's the Coin Post channel. Subscribe and get enlightened.